For Racing welcomes you to a Work Riders maiden plate, fillies and mares, and it's run over 1,000 metres on this classic track on the Thursday. We've got 9 races ready to roll, and hopefully it's going to be a good one within just, 7, 8, 9 days to Christmas, believe it or not. Right, Weighted to Win's also got a social media platform that you can engage with us on Twitter, at Weighted to Win's our handle. There's our WhatsApp number as well. It's 0691643272. Send your name and your email address, and the admin guys will, of course, assist in having you join the group. Also, we've got these Weighted to Win mugs that we continue, courtesy of Daryl Marie, to give away to our viewers, and that's if you're on the WhatsApp group. Okay, well, let's get straight into it. Darren Burrows on the line. We'll start with you, Darren. Good morning. We're doing this on Thursday at 10 o'clock. I just want to look at the market to give me an idea as to what it looks like. And Corey Lensley's got this horse, Prey Upon a Star, a 2-1 favourite. And Smelting for the Bridget Steldorf stable at 28 to 10.
Yes, Clyde, this filly Prey Upon a Star came to the course with a reputation. I know they do rate her, and she wasn't disgraced. I think she's going to improve a lot from that debut. Heart and Mind, she goes for 800 metres. I'm hoping they don't restrain her and let her use her stride. She could run well. Smelting's had 38 runs in the maiden, but always right there. And Time for Charity's open to improvement.
All right, so that's it does appear to be a few in there with the race. Daryl, what's your taking on the race?
Yeah, firstly, there's 10 days to Christmas.
It's 10 days now. Well,
7, 8, 9.
By the time we get there tomorrow, it'll be another 3 days, and then it's Christmas. It's how fast time goes. It's actually unbelievable. But anyway, I can't believe Sunday's a week to Christmas.
Yeah.
Next Sunday, you're going to be celebrating Christmas. You need to get a Christmas tree for this table, please. I was asked Cameron, can we put a Christmas tree in the corner somewhere? We need to do that, please, on this set, if you don't mind. We need to feel festive. If we're not winning, then at least we get some festive feeling.
Hopefully, after the first, we feel a little bit festive, Clyde. I made number 10 my each-way play of the race. She was priced up at about 12 to 1. I see she has found betting support.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why, Clyde.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Right.
I need to get this throat sorted before Christmas.
Well, when you catch the pick 6, you won't have any cough. Don't worry about that.
She found support on debut.
Yeah.
Okay. She ran below par. Obviously, the stable expected more from her. Then, last time out, she was soundly beaten. But Let's Cruise and Sea Anemone have won from there. Right. She now gets fitted with blinkers for the first time, and the tongue tie goes on. And please take note, Tom Mkume is the rider now, not Joe Gwengwiza.
The change of rider.
And I think he's really capable. So I thought at around 12 to 1, she represented the value in the race, but she has been supported. So unfortunately, the viewers that are watching it now have missed the boat.
Still a bit of 7 to 1 available.
Yes. Hopefully she gets us off to a bang.
Okay, maybe that's the one. Then let's have a look at what the plan is from. Let's confirm at the slide for you. This is what they're putting up, and Daryl's going to just basically repeat what he just said. That number 10, Time for Charity, may well be the each-way play. All right, welcome back. Second race. This is a maiden class field. They'll go 1,000 metres again. Trey Michi's top of the boards is the favourite. Form line hasn't really worked out, but I see he's even money. Second choice about this horse, Mother of Pearl, a first-timer from the Jan Janssen van Vieren stable that Keegan de Mello's riding at 33 to 10. And then you can get 8 to 1 bar those two. Darren, I'll start with you. It is bipod time. How many do we need?
I thought Trey Michi's the horse to beat. It's his third run after the gelding. 2 good seconds. That run behind Tank Ganga, I think that came out to win again. The value lies with Fort Apache. He was trading at 25 to 1 this morning. He started favourite on an occasion or two in the Western Cape, and he shows a lot of pace, but they fitted the blinkers on, and maybe he can just get away from them because he doesn't quite see out 1,000 metres without the blinkers. I'm just hoping the blinkers sharpen him up and then he goes to the head of affairs. Trey Michi, Fort Apache, then include the first-timer Mother of Pearl. I don't know the family too well, so just follow the market.
Okay, we'll follow the market on that basis. Let's bring Daryl and talk about the race. Trey Michi's been pretty consistent. Of that there's no doubt. So
absolutely.
And can we rely on him, or what's your plan?
Well,
there's Father Christmas for that horse. That looks lovely. Well done, guys. Cameron, boys, Dylan, Rosh, well done.
Yeah, let's not.
At least you feel
Now we have
festive
to
now.
tip a few winners, Clive.
Now you see how the form changes, right? What do we going to do?
I had number 4 in the bipod, but he's come out this morning, Clyde. Last survivor. So I'm relying on Trey Michi to run in the top 2.
Okay.
Like I say, he's deserving of a maiden victory. He's consistent since returning as a gelding, having his peak run, and Darren touched on the key aspects. With regards to the first timer, number 12, Mother of Pearl. Decent filly, looking for further. Will be doing her best work late.
Is that a comment?
That's the comment.
Oh, that's interesting.
Excuse me, Clyde. Now, my only concern is Trey Michi and Fort Apache are drawn 2 apart from each other. They both like to get on in the early stages. They show a lot of pace. So I just hope they don't get into a duel from the get-go. Fort Apache's got good early toe. Hopefully Trey Michi can just slot in behind him and survive the bipod in the opening leg.
Okay. So you'll be depending on Trey Michi from Darrell's side. Let's put the selections up for race number 2 on the card, which is a bipod, and Darrell's got his bipod up for you. And in that bipod, no bankers, and that does work out to 192 Rand. You'll notice that, as Darrell mentioned, in this particular race, that he did have last survivor, but that's not running, and you could just banker the 1 now. Third race, let's get on to that now and talk about what the market looks like. We Save the Queen, number 8 on the card, is 22-10. Number 11 is a first timer. This is Turn the Beat Around, is at 12-5, 5-2 thereabouts. And number 9, 3 Stands, is 3 Strands trading at 6-1. And I see 7-1 or 8-1 and better about the others. Place accumulators, we're bankering Alec Laird's horse, or what we're doing, Darren?
I think Save the Queen, definitely the horse to beat in this lineup. You know, first time out, she was drawn 1. She raced down the inside of the track and they were winning towards the middle outside. She wasn't disgraced into 6th place, 7 lengths off Give Me a Light. I believe that form line's going to stand up. And in this type of field, the step up in trip's going to be ideal. I make her very hard to beat. With regards to your first timer, Turn the Beat Around, her Dam Studio 54 was an Oaks winner, and she produced Jeppy's Reef, who won the Gold Cup. I think this filly's looking for a lot further.
Okay, so she may need a bit of ground, which does then confirm that perhaps the right horse in the race is Save the Queen. And that was Princess Ilaria came from there to win.
Yes. And Give Me a Light came out and ran second, I think, in her handicap debut behind Winter Greeting.
Okay.
She's open to a lot of, excuse me, Clyde, improvement. By Silvana, well drawn this time around. Take note, this race is around the bend. Her full sister won over a mile, so she's going to love the extra distance. But she was beaten a long way on debut. She doesn't take on a strong field over here, Clyde.
All right.
She is my top pick, ahead of the likes of number 3, Reggie's Girl. Now, Robin Claassen Stable's in good form. She's got that 4 kg Appy assisting her over here. I think she could possibly run into the money. And then don't be surprised to see Tree Fairy, number 10, feature over here, Clyde. She jumped from a bad barrier position last time out. 11 out of 11.
Yeah.
Now she's drawn 1. I think she does have scope for improvement.
Okay. And I think you're right about that also of Robin Claassen, because she's in good form at the moment. Robin Claassen having a very good run. So that could be a bit of a shrewdie in the pack. And what price is that? I just want to have a look. Reggie's trading at 9 or 10-1 at the moment. But Save the Queen does appear to be the right horse. Here's what we're doing in PAs. We'll put that up for you. We're going with Darrell's place accumulator, where in the place accumulator, he is going to banker number 7 on the card. In the second leg of his place accumulator. Just a bit more on that banker?
Magic Prince.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's Mike de Kock's horse.
He's clearly my top pick.
Your first choice. Okay, that's the PA from Darrell, 288. On to pick 6 time now, race 4. This is a maiden class field over 1450 meters. Let's get straight into the market and have a look at what they're talking about here. It's also Archimedes, top of the boards for Philip Labuskachny, 14-10. Randall Simons has taken the ride. Number 6, Fog Bank, is second choice at 2-1. And 33-10 about number 7, Magic Prince, whom we know Daryl Marie, I'll start with Daryl, has already told me that it's one of his better fancies of the day.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him price up at 6-1, Clyde. I thought he was in need of his comeback starts, and I'm really keen to see how that Melech form line goes up. I think it's going to work out to be a powerful form line. He's going to love the extra. I think he's going to make more, excuse me, Clyde, marked improvements. Archimedes, a very good debut, but take notes at what price he started, Clyde. 100 to 1. I'm always hesitant when I see that. I think they ran well above expectation. So he needs to back up that effort. And then Fogbank, he hasn't been seen in 280 days. He has been gelded. I know that form line on paper, it appears to be good. It says East Coast. Now we know what he's gone and done.
Yeah.
But just 2 lengths behind him was a filly called Treaty. So I've got my doubts over that form line. But I thought the 7 represented the value in the race.
Okay, let me ring to Darren Burrows. Ask you, Darren, you with Magic Prince as well?
I also like that form line because I'm very strong on a horse later on called Melech, and this horse ran 4 lengths behind Melech. The step up to 1450 should be ideal. I don't think he'll see too much further than that, but right now I think he's the horse to beat. Archimedes, it's a small stable, so I can understand why he started at a big price on debut. He ran second to Winter Greeting. Winter Greeting came out to win her very next start. She's unbeaten 2 out of 2. So 5 and 7, and then Fogbank, good second on debut. It said not striding out. He has been scratched since then. He's obviously got his issues.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, so you guys are on the same page. I think the best form line in the race, funny enough, is this rank outsider of Pascal's Najaro. That form has stood up. There have been a good number of winners directly from there at any price. Right, let's see pick sixes. What we're doing here, we're going with Darren's pick six, where in this particular case, he's going to banker later on, second last leg. Darren, your banker's Melech.
A very strong banker, especially with the scratching of Escobar. Melech is a banker.
Jackpots. Let's go to race number 5. Did you hear that commentator? Jackpots. And then they come to what is his name? That the practice commentator.
Excellent. The 400-meter area.
I love him. What's his name? Do you know his name?
I don't know. I'll get it now for you.
He's my favorite person.
Sonola or somebody like
great.
that.
I heard it well. Like 400.
Bumpy, eh?
Great, eh? Great. Right. Future Pearl, the horse to beat you. 16 to 10 favourite, Darren Burrows. Sean Terry had a tremendous Tuesday. Forms in stable. Only got 50 on its back. No weight on its back. Looks hard to beat. Or what do you think?
I think it's the horse to beat with only 50.5 kilos. I know last time out he only had 49 and he won a good race. That was a 3-year-old 90 handicap. He receives 8.5 kilos from his main rival, Meridius. Now, I know the Fortune stable do rate Meridius. That's the reason they put him in a race like the Dingons last time out. I don't think the blinkers suited him. So back in this type of company, Meridius will rate a big threat to Future Pearl. And then for the places and the pick six, I included Bay Suye and a horse like Keel Shot at 20 to 1.
Okay, so you're looking perhaps for a bit of a result here. Future Pearl does appear to be the right one in the race, Daryl.
His name is Sino Vuyo.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, great commentary there.
My favourite person from now on, yeah.
The only race that is a 1,200-meter sprint that lasted 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Clyde.
Tell us about Future Pearl.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a postage stamp weight to shoulder. Again, he cruised up in his post-maiden victory. He only got a 5 pound or 2.5 kilogram increase in his rating, and it will be no surprise to see him score the hat-trick. I have respect for number 7 over here, Clyde, Sequoia. I went and watched his replay once again because I knew this horse was taken out at the start in his latest outing, and I just had to confirm that. Everything went pear-shaped from the jump, and I thought of a similar rating or the exact same rating, he has to be competitive. So for me, 7 and 8 to fight it out.
Okay. See, nothing from mine.
Clyde, I have to mention, I am shocked to see Meridius coming back in trip. I mean, I don't know if you recall, this is the horse Andrew and myself discussed on Summer Cup Day. I said I have my doubts that he's going a mile. Andrew said this is a 10 furlong plus horse.
They're dropping.
So
Yeah.
I don't know why he's coming back.
Well, they're listening to what you have to say, so let's see. You better be right.
Let's see. I don't think he can give 8.5 kilograms to Future.
I see nothing's come from Irontail in one, eh? That's worries me about Sequoia.
That's the concern.
I think Future Pearl hard to beat, but let's go. Let's put up selections here and see what we're going to do in this particular race. We'll go with our jackpots race 5, 7 and 8 in the first leg. So this is from Daryl's side. He's certainly respecting Sequoia. By 2, 3, 4, 6. By 3 and 5. By 6 and 8. On to race number 6 on the card now. This is a handicap. We're at the 66 level, 1,000 meters. So give these kind of horses a chance. And top of the boards is Trust the Fire that Bill Himon trains at 17 to 10. Second choice is number 4, Looking Hot, 7 to 2. And 4 to 1 about number 5, Quick Run. 9 to 2 after that. Number 7, Bridge of Spies. And then 10s and better about the others. Probably one of the most competitive races, I thought. Darren, what do you think?
I thought Looking Hot, the horse to beat, definitely. Last time out, moved up to them at the 200, didn't quite stay the 1160 meters. Back to 1,000, 2.5 kilos off her back. I just think she's going to have every chance of winning in this lineup. Dangers will be Trust the Fire, Quick Run. I've also thrown in Earl of Cardigan and Bridge of Spies, but I've had a small bet on Looking Hot.
Okay, so you fancy a bit of Looking Hot from the Mowing stable, Darren? Daryl?
Yeah, Clark, this horse Trust the Fire has really surprised me. I expected him to battle, but here he is holding his form and doing it well. Dancing Door has obviously notched up another 2 wins since that form line. Then his penultimate start, he was drawn 10 out of 10 around the bend. He had excuses. 3 runs back, he was in a pinnacle out at the weights. And prior to that, he won. So he is in good form. You have to respect his chances.
Okay.
Looking Hot. Never far off, and she does have that 2.5 kgs off her back. She's here against Open Company, and there was a horse from there. Scott Tadito came out and ran 3rd behind Winter Greeting. And then Earl of Cardigan, Clyde, I'm keen to see how he goes back in 1,000 meters.
Okay. I don't know. It looks open to me. I'm not convinced, to be quite frank. But let's have a look at what the boys want to do in this race. They have put together Darren's selection, and he's quite keen on this horse Looking Hot. He believes that may well be the right one. In fact, he's already had a strike. On to race number 7. We're going over 1,000 metres now. Market's got Mythical Dream at top of the boards at 2 to 1. This is, at the time of recording, Keegan DeMello's ride. Numbers 5, Rose for Trippy, is 33 to 10, but I think opened at 5 or 6 to 1 or something like that. And 1, Rosara, is at 4 to 1. Darren, they tell me on the last run, Rose for Trippy was awfully unlucky not to have won. What you make of the race?
I made it very open, Clyde. I put the field in my pick 6, excluding the scratching. I thought a horse like Rosara, she's dropping in class. She's taken on some feature race company. Mythical Dream, not out of it. Dancing Dora's going for 5 in a row, and she is best over 1,000 meters. So with 54.5 kilos has to be considered. And Rose for Trippy, as you said, she ran 3rd behind Wings of Nike, half a length behind. Should have the beating of Wings of Nike this time around.
Yeah, and it was like Silver Winter came from there and won. I couldn't find it, unfortunately. I haven't seen it, but they tell me Rose for Trippy was very unlucky.
Desperately unlucky. She should have
What
won.
happened?
She couldn't get a run. And when she did, she switched in. She took off. Clyde, she should have won on that occasion. Penultimate start, comeback run. She's got 3/4 of a length to find on Mythical Dream. But Mythical Dream tasted defeat for the first time in her later start. She's a lightly raced 3-year-old, only having her 5th outing. Clyde, she should have more to come. So I know Rose for Trippy was desperately unlucky, like we mentioned. I won't be surprised to see Mythical give her some cheek. So for me, I think that the 3 and the 5 will dominate. And when I saw 4 to 1 Rose for Trippy, I thought I'm going to put her as the suggested bets.
Because of the value. Well, Dancing Dora beat, as Daryl made reference to, Mythical Dream. And from there was Second Breath, who was the runner-up.
Yes,
and that came at 1. Yeah.
So Robin Claassen won.
Again, she's in great form. Okay, So we know what Daryl likes. This is what he's going with. Rose for Trippy, based on the fact that she was unlucky.
One other thing from our side. I'm very surprised to see Keegan DeMello on Mythical Dream. I thought he was retained in some sort of way by Lawrence Verner's, and he part owns Rose for Trippy. So interesting.
Okay, maybe that's just for the Jan Janssen Van Vieren stable. I don't know, but it's an interesting point. We'll try to find out. 8th race on the card, and in this particular event, we've been talking about a few, and I guess there are a couple that will have chances here in race number 8, but Darren Burrows is very keen on Melech. We know that much at 7-10 odds on favourite, and Ramar is the second choice at 9-2, but you're very big on the favourite, Darren.
Yes, Clyde, I watched the replay of his maiden win, and he was super impressive. He just looks like a classy sort. I know he's only had the 2 starts, but he ran second to Foster Nova on debut. He's franked the form, and that last form line, I really believe it's going to stand up quite strong. With the scratching of Esquivel, let's bank Malek in everything and have a bet.
Okay. So you're having a bet, you're bankering. Form, I think you're quite right about Malek's form. It's kind of hold up. But I mean, to be honest, Celtic Rumours was very unlucky not to have won, eh?
Yeah, she
on
was.
The weekend. I wasn't here, but
what happened there, Clark?
I watched it from afar.
She was up on the pace. At
don't know,
200 out, it looked like she was going to run unplaced.
Yeah, she sort of got flat-footed for a second, and then she picked it up again.
Maybe she needs a small set of...
Maybe she was on, I don't know, change legs straight away. Sometimes they... But she should have won. Anyway, but that's it.
Clyde, this son of William Longsword appears as if he's got a lot of substance about him, and he could end up being a nice sort. I'm not too sure about that comment in the computer form, no sweats. He did win extremely well. In my opinion, it was workmanlike. He didn't canter in. Musi was at him the entire race. But he's got a lot of scope for improvement. And what's key over here, he's drawn well. This race is around the bend. From a neat draw, he should have the perfect position. I've just backed him up with number 8, Mescal. He's in cracking form at the moment. He's clearly off a competitive rating. And a horse called Toffus finished 2 3/4 of a length behind him. He came out and got touched off in his next start.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting Black to win from Mescal.
Okay. And I know there'll be a few in terms of this particular form line that you're referring to with regards to Malecha's form line that will be waiting for Slinky Mapimpi to run and Time Together to run, because they all look like they're going to have a big claim when they come out to the races again. But it's all about right now, and it's about Malech in this race. Let's have a look. And that's where Darren and pretty much Daryl on the same page. Race 9, welcome back as a classified stakes over 2,000 metres in the race. And let's have a look at the market. We've got top of the boards here. There's also Rarotonga Rose at 3-1. They're betting 7-2 the field, 3-1, 7-2 the field. 4 Flag Bearer, 4-1. 10 Mirren, 4-1. 10-1 about a horse like Global Breeze. Lingamore is at 11-12, so perhaps an open race. I'd be interested to hear what Darren likes. Your first choice, Darren?
I think this filly, Rarotonga Rose, is quite decent. You know, she's been the 2,000-metre trip twice, won twice. Last time out, she came from the back of the field behind High Roller, and she was making good late progress. From a deep draw, probably going to tuck in off the pace, Keegan DeMello in the saddle. He does choose to ride Rarotonga Rose. I'm not sure if he had the choice, but he did win on Lady Regent last time out, and that is my second choice.
Okay. Let's get Daryl's view on the race.
Yes, Clyde, have a look at the best weighted. Now, Rarotonga Rose comes up tops, net 76. Lady Regent is a net 73. And I was very impressed with the latest victory. She was trying the extended trip for the first time. She quickened up extremely well. She now goes the additional 200 meters. I think that will suit her even more. So for me, she represents the value in the race. And we saw Midnight Crystal and an enterprising ride from Calvin Abib trot up.
Yes.
On, when was it?
Where did that come from? What form line is that?
That form line.
Okay.
Yeah, Lady Regent.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
All right.
For me, I thought she's the value in the race.
Well, that you're right. Midnight
Each
Crystal.
way in number 8, Lady Regent.
Lady Regent, you fancy a bit of that, eh? Okay. So, Lady Region maybe. Darren Barrow saying perhaps Rarotonga Rose, but there are a couple in here with chances the last race. We have a look at what Darren's going. He says Rarotonga Rose, number 7. Daryl saying perhaps. Look out for this horse that's got to have a chance in here. Number 8, Lady Regent, who's trading at 12. So maybe we can get some exactas, swingers, trifectas out of that information. And that's all we have time for today. We thank you so much for watching. We'll, of course, be back with a preview of the Port Elizabeth meeting, the KwaZulu-Natal meeting on Friday, the Cape meeting on Saturday. We're all excited about watching Charles Dickens in action. And, of course, we're back in action again on Sunday as well. Thanks, everyone. Play well.